ladies, today we're going to be going over why 300 PV is important and why you hear it so often.
Okay, so first off, if you're a personal use distributor, it really doesn't matter. You can order whatever you want. That's the whole point of having a personal use account, is to get at least that 20% discount, but you're not so much worried about your revenue. If you are an active distributor that's working to sell and make a profit, then 300 PV is really important. So the reason that is because, and our notes are up here, so excuse us if we're looking up, but the reason that's important is the difference between 20 and 30 and 40% discount makes a huge difference. And it looks like a little as you go, but over time it's really adding up. Mm-hmm. And it's hard to get into the mindset of the more you add to your cart, the less you're paying.
Yep.
So for 300 PV, you're getting 24 colors. We're just going to pretend, make it easy, that you're just ordering colors, so it's easy to explain. So 300 PV, you're getting 24 colors. Bump it down to 250. You're only getting 20 colors, but you're spending only $15 less. So let's go over that again. 250 PV, $399, and you're getting 20 colors, versus 300 PV, you're paying $416 and getting 24. So that's $100 more in product that you got, and you only spent $17 more dollars. So that's a huge difference, not only in the discount level of what you paid, but how much revenue you can get. If you're ordering, we see a lot people that will order a couple of smaller orders, so they want to get to 300 PV in a month because they've heard that's important, but they don't realize it's important to do it all at once. So you have 150 PV, and that's 12 colors. If you do that twice in a month, so you do 150 here and 150 there, you got to 300, but you paid $70 more. $70 more than if you had done that order in one lump sum. So that's really important. Now, something else we need to cover is that for those of you that have signed up in late 2016, early 2017, you signed up during out of stock.
When it was at its peak.
When it was at its peak, and got into this habit. Well, not everyone. Some people kind of got it from the get-go, but there are a lot of people that are ordering in what we call panic mode.
Yes.
And that means as soon as something's in that they see, they grab it, and they'll do, 50 PV, 100 PV. And what they're not realizing is that it's not that, the situation isn't what it used to be. And you can get what you need in a couple of days. If someone orders it, you can say, that's great, my order is going in on this date, you can expect your stuff by this date. You don't have to order it right that second to ensure that they will get it.
Yes.
And even if it does go out of stock for a couple of days, somebody in your network got it.
Yes.
Talk to your uplines, wait a couple of days, it will probably come right
It'll
back.
be back.
So don't order small orders because you're panicking. That's not necessary anymore.
Yes. And then that also goes into, it just builds good ordering habits. Obviously the goal is $750 a month because that entitles you to, we'll get into this, but you get recognized for, I forgot what it's called, significant Senna seller. You'll get benefits like anytime there's a new product released, they send that to you first, you get priority shipping, but we'll go into that in another video. But 300 PV is an attainable goal that everyone can hit. So it's a good stepping point to really helping your retail, especially if you're new and you're paying yourself with retail. 300 PV is essentially the best discount you can get at that time until you are able to order the 750.
And on that note, so the difference between 20 and 30 and 40% is about $100. We can get in, that's in the in a different video that we get more into that. But the difference is small between 20 and 30 and 40%. But the difference between 40 and 50% is, what is it? It's 450 PV. It's big.
It's big.
So you're getting almost the biggest discount, but it's way more attainable and easy to get to than the difference between 40 and 50%. So it's a great discount that's easier to attain, like Lacey was saying.
Yes.
So another thing that's important about it is that 300 PV that number is tied really closely to your commission and your rank. And we did a video on commission, so you can go get more information about that there. But there's your downline commission that you'll get with only ordering 100 PV. But the difference between your downline commission and your group sales bonus is the life-changing difference in how much you're getting paid.
That's where the money is starting to...
That's where the money really starts to roll in, with the commission side of being paid versus retail. And if you don't have a 300 PV order, in the months that your team is qualifying for the group sales bonus, then you aren't getting it. So you could be a princess with, 10 orders on every one of your lines, but if you didn't order 300, then you don't get paid.
Yeah.
It's also important that your team is aware that that's the size of order,
Yes.
or that you're aware that that's the size of order your team needs. So
Yes.
if you see someone with 290 PV, you can say, hey, could you help me out and
Yeah.
fill that order out?
Yes.
So that's important not only for commissions, but for, I bumped the camera. That's also important for ranks.
Yes.
So when you're trying to rank and you're hitting, so Maiden's the first rank, that's 300 PV orders out of 3 people that you recruited. Also, you have to order 300 PV. So that's, all of you have to do 300 together. For Royal, 5 people for 2 months ordering 300, you have to order 300. So we'll do a different video on ranking, but the point is that if 300 PV orders aren't happening, you are not ranking.
Yes. 300 PV should be the goal. Bottom line, no one should be ordering less than 300 PV.
Unless you're personal use.
Unless you're personal
and
use.
sometimes even if you are personal use, it's not
Yeah.
a bad idea. So really, with the way this business is structured, if you're not getting 300 PV orders out of yourself and your team, there's not a lot happening. And so you need to train your team that that's the important number. And it's not just because you're trying to get that number out of them. It's not that you're hounding them for orders, because it's also hurting their own personal business if
Yes.
they're not hitting that number.
Yes.
So really, it's just an important number overall, and it's important to get in that habit.
Yes. And if you came into the out of stock, just try and change your mindset that
Yes.
this panic ordering, you don't need to do it anymore because there's colors in stock now.
Retrain your brain.
So, retrain your brain.
So if you have questions, drop them below. If you're watching this later on and something we're saying about out of stock is confusing, make sure you ask questions. We'll
Yes.
explain this crazy growth we've gone through and how this has all gone down. And of course, hit subscribe so you can make sure you're seeing all of our trainings.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.